This is Garrett. It is Wednesday, October 23rd, 4:08 p.m. and I just overheard the city mayor and also, I believe, two bailiffs, and Prince John came in later, but I'm not sure when, talking about the supposed riot that occurred here in Keene during PumpkinFest. I presume this is Saturday evening after Pumpkin Festival. Allegedly there were beer bottles being thrown, there was a lot of trashing of people's yards, pumpkins being thrown, allegedly at cars, allegedly at police. I was out Saturday evening roaming around until, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3. It said that in some places things were going on until 4. I didn't go down every side street, so I couldn't speak to that, but in the downtown area and most of the immediate side streets off of downtown, things seemed pretty normal. I guess a lot of the problems were alleged to be in Winchester Court, which is closer to the college. Blake Street, occasionally things occur there. I've heard there was a couch burning, not Saturday, but at a prior time. And yeah, so what I heard the mayor and the other two talking about, I wasn't recording. I was within earshot of them, sitting at a desk looking at a city book that's sitting out there. And the mayor was talking about we need to contact, or somebody else actually said we need to contact places like Panama City, they mean Florida, to see how they deal with like spring break riots. But I believe it was the mayor that said, I think we should reach out to Laconia to see how they deal with the bike week. Now, I haven't heard stories yet as to any sort of police abuse. I've heard that there was macing and arrests, but I haven't heard specific allegations of weapons being used against innocent parties, weapons being used indiscriminately into a crowd, things like that, as we saw at UNH back in April, I believe it was. So, here in Keene, it's unfortunate that every year there is some sort of PumpkinFest is known to be like the night that things crazy could happen. It's one of the busiest nights for Cop Block, and this year Peaceful Streets as well, now that Keene Peaceful Streets is kicked off. And it's been, I'm really hoping that the mayor, the city manager, all of these different bureaucrats don't get too eager to arm up the police with weaponry to control the threat of crowds. I think maybe there was a lack of communication going on PumpkinFest. I've noticed there were some instances that the police were out hardcore for open container arrests. They were looking for those left and right. There were multiple bicycle police that were out arresting people. I wasn't filming for most of that because when I'm driving and operating my bicycle, I generally don't want to be filming. I want to be focusing on bicycling, and there's really no way to stabilize the camera with my current setup on that. Maybe I'll get a bike mount soon, but until then, yeah, it's hard to control a camera when you're bicycling. So I did, as I said, I didn't observe anything crazy or too crazy going on PumpkinFest, but I did observe, or I did hear, yelling, shouting, arguing, and the police did not necessarily pay attention to those things. I think it's because there were parties and they didn't want to break them up before they had good reason to break them up, so they kind of ignored until there was a call. I don't know, I guess maybe I shouldn't say there was intentional ignorance going on, but I know that as I was biking around and seeing the police spending their time ticketing people for open containers, usually open cans, that I was hearing yelling, shouting at different houses in the front yards, and they weren't necessarily addressing that. So, yeah, I think that the police didn't have their focus on Saturday as far as what they should have been focused on if it was the threat of crowds growing too large. Where they saw the crowds getting big, they should have then had maybe not patrols, but somebody observing, reporting back to them. The people in these neighborhoods where all the problems are going on, they need to have cameras so that they can catch people doing it. The police can only be responsive. You can't expect them to be there all the time, but what individuals can do is be there all the time. Get out an objective recording device and make a record of what's going on. If someone's urinating in your yard, get video of it. If someone's trashing your yard, get video of it. If someone's breaking your windows, whatever it might be, the camera will catch it much better than just a badge and a gun being present there, who are human and have flaws and may not even witness what it is that's going on, even if they're on the scene. So if everybody is active and responsible in protecting themselves, their property. I think that's the best way that Keene can peacefully deal with this riot issue that probably is over now, that this one night of the year where all these people come to Keene has passed. But next year we can expect more of a clampdown. I mean, they spent their time and money on snipers this year, up on the rooftops here, up on that rooftop over there. While all these parties were going on, all this stuff was getting broken, those snipers were at home. Maybe they should have employed the snipers to be on duty then. But anyway, this has gone on long enough. And by this I mean this video, me talking right now. I think I've summarized the scenario pretty well. Be careful about police militarization. Don't let one thing or one incident that was poorly handled lead you to conclude that more weaponry is the answer or more force. So yeah, use the thing that I'm using right now, which is the camera with zoom capabilities and HD capabilities, and a good microphone too. A good microphone goes a long way. Get good audio, get good video.